Hi guys, welcome to the Peaky Ads podcast, your go-to source for insights into the latest trends in digital marketing and SEO. Today we have a specialist, Ivana Flynn, an industry-leading SEO expert with over 16 years of experience in iGaming, SEO, and digital growth. Currently, Ivana works as an iGaming consultant, and she has helped countless brands to scale their online presence through strategic optimization and innovative approaches. In this episode, we'll be diving deep into the hottest SEO trends shaping the gaming industry in 2025, from the evolving importance of EEAT and the shift toward journalistic content. Also, we will discuss Reddit growing influence in SEO, the role of AI driven search results, and how platforms like YouTube and gamification on affiliate websites are revolutionizing engagement. Plus, we'll explore the transition from traditional SEO to product focused strategies. Looks like a huge agenda. We will try to cover all of that. Nevertheless, if we miss anything, let us know in the comments and we will invite Ivana for another podcast to discuss in more details. If you're an affiliate, operator, or digital marketer looking to stay ahead of the game, this episode you won't want to miss. Let's get started, Ivana. And the first question is gonna be about EAT and its role in modern iGaming. What steps should brands take in 2025 to establish trust and expertise?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. Hopefully, my input will be helpful for someone. EAT is a growing thing. I mean, we know that the importance of EAT is growing over the years, and we are looking into expertise and experience, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. The approach most SEOs take is just having an author on the website that is like it was written by this author, which could be fake as well, of course. We created a very nice episode saying fake eat till you make eat, because there's so many ways you can fake it. And you just link it to existing or fake a LinkedIn profile, and you think you are doing it. However, it is becoming more and more difficult, and it's extremely difficult to actually make it work within iGaming. So you need to be very clever how you do it. I obviously play around with lots of different EAT strategies because I don't give up, and I don't think you should just have a fake author profile or even real one. So I think you need to think outside of a box and try to create something that actually brings a value. What doesn't bring value is 200 different ways of how to bet on sports, or 5 ways how to win in roulette, and all of these things that have been done over and over and over. And all we do is just look at the topic, change the wording, redo it, and think it's an expertise right there in our fantastic trustworthiness and authoritative topic on our blog. It is not. But what gives you an expertise is to talk to experts. And when you think of it, in iGaming, we have got tons of experts. We are just not utilizing them. So, for example, you are an affiliate driven by SEO. You can create SEO studies and publish those on huge websites such as Moz, Site Pro News, Wix, any of them. If the study is good, SEMrush, Ahrefs, they will take it, and then they can link to you or to your partner, to your author, and say, this study is coming from this website, from this author. This gives you a link that nobody else has, and it gives you an EAT signals that nobody else has, because this expert is obviously going to help you write a blog on your website and publish the study somewhere else. And this is not just on SEO, this is just a tip of the iceberg, but I'm going this way because many years ago, Vegas Slots Online created a study and it got published on Moz blog. And this is what gave them this really, really good start for the website. They thought outside of box, they did something amazing, and it gave them very solid link and very solid start. And you can do it in different ways. For example, you have got affiliation that is talking about crypto casino. Talk to crypto experts. Talk to banking experts. How is crypto used? Is it good? Is it bad? How can we cash it out? Is it legal? Is it not legal? You've got tons of experts that will happily help you write you a blog on your website. Then you link to their websites, their LinkedIn profile, they share it on their LinkedIn profile, linking back to you, and you are ticking the authoritativeness because you're getting all the social signals. You're getting expertise because it's written by recognize expert. Like, let's say I will write your blog on SEO and create a study for you. I have got over 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. I am a real person in lots of podcasts and conferences. I tick your sort of EAT signals. If you do that with a banking expert, a crypto expert, again, and you can do it with lots of things. If you are doing sport, you've got even better things to do there. You cannot just talk to sport providers or sponsors, but as well fans. Why do they like this club? Why do they like to bet here? What is their strategy? Why do they get excited? Do they travel? And they will share it on their social media, which creates social engagement that you usually don't see within iGaming. And you pick up links, because if those people have their own websites where they, let's say, talk about their favorite football club, they might link to saying, there is an interview with me, because we're playing with egos, right? And it'll be like, look, there's an interview with me. And you pick up links in a very original way. So if you are creating EAT, nowadays you really need to create something that nobody else has. And that way you can tick the EAT signals. They are on page, off page, and social media. So if you are doing the off page ones and you are doing link building, make sure that you will be getting links that are relevant to your EAT as well. As I said, if you're doing crypto, try to get huge crypto size linking to you. Simple as that. A lot of work, of course,
Exactly.
much more work than having an author. It's hours and months of thinking, creating, researching, creating, and for example, SEO study or interviews. But it works. It pays off in the end.
Yes, Ivana, I totally agree with you, and I can confirm that in long term, it's crucial to use your social strategy with experts, with influencers from the media. We have a lot of them within our industry, so don't hesitate to ask them, because I'm sure a lot of experts also interested in sharing content and sharing knowledge. That's their goal, I would say. In the same time, you began with fake accounts on LinkedIn and stuff like that. I think we need to be honest and let our audience know that nowadays, right now, it still works because it's kind of a signal. But I believe in mid-term or long-term, it will not work. I believe Google algorithms will go further, and we need not to postpone it, but implement those solutions like you described already in our strategies and use them. And the other thing, why is it so important to use real experts within your EAT strategy? The second point, which I would like to discuss in connection to EAT, is a switch from classic pure SEO when you stuff your article with keywords, H1 or etc. But there is a switch from this kind of stuff to a journalistic approach.
Yes.
And what I see from the biggest SEO brands, they're already in it. They hire guys from big sport magazines, sport websites, or casino reviews, and so on. They try to provide not only the keyword stuffed content, but unique experience, unique expertise, and make it more readable, I would say, for the audience. Do you have any good examples here about switching from pure SEO to human generated content, I would say?
I think the best and biggest in our industry are already doing it for a while. And if you look at LinkedIn, you will see lots of posts looking for journalistic style writers. And it is the correct way to do. I always try to advise that. And just on that EAT, that LinkedIn fake profiles still work. Yes, they do. But going forward, I think EAT is going to change. Maybe they will put another letter into it. Maybe it will be unique plus EAT, or original, or something fact checked. I don't know, something, because I think they are going to go more into this expertise. And the journalistic style of writing really goes with it, because if you hire someone who is an expert in sport and is writing for some huge sport magazine for last 10 years, and suddenly this person is contributing to you, this is exactly what I said in that EAT strategy. This person is known to be an expert in sport, suddenly publishing for you and publishing on other sites linking to you. It gives you unfakeable expertise signal, right? So this is the way to go. And I love it. I love that we're going this way. Not everybody, you see still lots of AI generated content, lots of very uninspired content, just review of casino, review of slot, review of bonus, and that's it. It still works, but I think if you want to do something better for your customer and as well for your SEO strategy, you go to the journalistic way. So I love seeing this. And when I see something like this published on, let's say, a casino review site, then I read it because it's usually full of interesting information. And it's not just sports, there's well, a lot of legal information, a lot of compliance and licensing information. And it's something you would like to understand. Like, am I working with a client that's actually legal or illegal? You want to understand how these things works. So I'm very happy they are sharing this. And I think this is the way forward.
Yes, totally agree. So, dear viewers, keep in mind you always should think long term in part of your sales strategy. Try to think what is good for a customer. Try to think where Google algorithms will go, and they go to this direction, what is good for a customer. So, what we
Yes.
discussed, you need to implement within your brands
Exactly.
already, right now, until it's not too late.
So yes,
The second.
absolutely need to, because we have got helpful content update, and it is all about quality, about research, about fact checking. They are trying to. I'm not saying Google is fighting AI content; is fighting bad AI content, one that is just with no value. It doesn't matter is AI generated or human generated. If it brings no value, no new expertise, no new points, then what's the point of having that? And Google is becoming more and more picky on indexing pages, right? So you have got website, you start with 300 pages, and you will see in Google Search Console, you will see page discovered, page crawled, not indexed. Why? Because there is no value to it, or your website is simply not strong enough. Same goes to links. If you are building links and lots of them don't get indexed because Google is picky. So maybe your content is poor or is already been done too many times. Google doesn't find it interesting. So yes, we need to go more into the quality. That's where Google is trying to push us with all these algorithms, with all the helpful content updates, and with not indexing poor content. So long-term strategy. I always talk about long-term strategy. I don't like the quick wins, because if it's a quick win, it's a very big loss in the end quite quickly. So yes, please go to this journalistic style, see how you can provide new value, see how you can engage people in a new way. And a very good content, journalistic content, is one of the many ways.
Exactly. We will discuss other ways in the next topic, so stay tuned. And the next topic gonna be, I guess, one of your favorite, because I saw your webinar about it. I had so many discussions about it within industry also. And its topic is Reddit. Reddit is quite popular during the last year. First time probably you had a webinar something about March last year, or even we discussed it at Prague Summit in March. So it is still actual. I can confirm it, and you're able to go to the top answers within 3 days or a week. So Ivana, could you tell us about Reddit in general to begin with, to share the idea what is it and how to use it, and then we will go into some details.
So as you know, Google and Reddit made a deal of $60 million a year because Google is training their AI agents on the human generated content on Reddit. They want to see how people are interacting, how they are loving and hating, what they are talking, how they are discussing. So obviously, by doing this, anything published in Reddit is indexed faster and it appears quite high up in Google. And ever since they started, you can see massive amount of traffic of Google shifted to Reddit, because Reddit started to outrank lots of good content. Naturally, as marketeers are looking into it, thinking, okay, if there is all this traffic, I need to be there. And how am I going to be there? I play around with Reddit for quite a while. You are right. First time I announced that I'm going to be testing something was last year. I was playing around with it before just to see, like, is it worth it? And then I made the first video saying I'll be testing this, and I'll come back to you. And then I created video after I spoke about this topic in Brighton. So I spent lots and lots and lots of hours trying to figure out Reddit. And in the beginning, I have to say, a year ago, it was super easy. You created a user and you were able to use Reddit. You were able to comment. You were able to create posts or your own subreddit, and sort of easily grow traffic from it, even without even trying, creating a parasitic SEO and just rank without trying too much because it got indexed. And I had a test site for Irish affiliate casino. Didn't have any affiliate links. I was just like trying. I was like, okay, this is sort of small market. Let's see if it works in English market. And it ranked within 2 months, like within top 15 very, very difficult keywords, but top 15 positions for different keywords out of nowhere. And I closed it down because I obviously had nothing to sell there. So I thought, okay, this is cool. And I started to study it more. And what I see lately, last 4 or 5 months, a lot of people move to Reddit, not just iGamers. Okay, there is anything because as there is traffic, commercial things are going. There's a lot of Amazon affiliate links are there, a lot of adult that's very popular there, and it's allowed. Lots of gaming, lots of sports tips, and they are starting to change Reddit from this community sort of feel where people are advising things and sharing funny things or beautiful pictures of their beloved cats to very commercial shift. And this became a great business where, because it became sort of difficult to open an account and grow it and open your subreddit. So for example, you need to have an older account, at least 30 days. Karma needs to be at least 100. Growing karma was like nothing before. Now it's almost impossible. Everybody close you down because they are thinking you're bot. So it became a business of selling accounts. And a lot of places are just using bots to build up your karma, which of course those places started to understand that this is just about trying to build karma. So it's impossible to build karma normal way. Or they are buying old accounts and trying to sell them. And those sell anything from 50 to 200 euro an account. And every time you go, they are almost always sold out. And they've got different niches. They've got general, they've got crypto, that's very huge. They've got adult for OnlyFans, that's really popular there. So you have got all these niches and it gets sold out, and you actually have got a specific Telegram group, and they send you notification like, we'll be refilling those accounts in 10 hours, get ready. So it is a huge business, not just being on Reddit and utilizing Reddit for traffic, but selling services for Reddit. And that's accounts, that's posts, that's likes, that's upvotes. So it really changed Reddit, and right now is next to impossible to use it as a sustainable strategy because of all of this abuse. So even if you manage to open a user or buy a user and open an account, it can get closed off very easily. So Reddit is becoming more and more difficult. I still believe it's a good strategy, but at the same time, it's very unstable by now. So you would need to be prepared if you're going to go into it, that all your efforts can be lost overnight because Reddit just decided that you are a bot, even though you are not, or that your post is too salesy, or that you're too active, or that you're not active enough. Because right now, because Reddit is becoming this popular, they are closing off old accounts and old subreddits. They are sort of dormant for quite a while. So it is becoming very difficult, very tricky. And I still study it for my own entertainment, but I'm currently not using it in any strategy because I have few Reddits running, but in the moment I try to do it a little bit more commercial, it's get closed off. So currently Reddit is, I think they will need to rethink that because they are still being paid by Google all this money for all this information, and suddenly the information is not there. And the amount of comments and posts is being less and less. So is it still going to be a great place for Google to train their AI bots and AI agents? I don't know. They are making it impossible to actually get the new information there.
Yes, very interesting topic. Could you share maybe your own recipe of creating on an account at on Reddit and developing it? For example, when you create it, how much time do you need to warm up this account? I would say how many posts you need to create, and when is it ready to provide some affiliate links within this account? Do you have any ideas? Could you share any strategies about it?
So once you open it, it needs to be at least 30 days old before you can use it for your own subreddit, and karma needs to be at least 100, which sounds like nothing. But getting the first few karmas is impossible because everybody allows you to post only when you have karma plus 100, plus 1,000, plus whatever. And there is a karma on post and karma on comments, and many times it's combined. So you need to have 200 on post and 50 on comments. And it's becoming more and more difficult. There are still some subreddits where you can post without any karma and start to build up that way. But because everybody knows it, you get very little upvotes. And when you get very little upvotes, you get very little of karma. So, but there is a very good one called Funny Memes, and they allow you to post without any karma. And funnier the meme, more inappropriate, more karma you get. So I published one, and within a day I got karma over 1,300, and it was really stupid meme. I wasn't even sure if it's that funny.
Was it yours or you created something?
No, I just found something on the internet. I wasn't even trying to build up karma. I just said, oh, let me see if I can publish here really without karma. But there are few where you can publish. One is Ask Reddit, one is New to Reddit. So there are few that allows you to do that, and then you build up from there. But still, even if they allow you to publish without karma, they can still flag you as a bot. So you need to just keep trying. If you are too active, they can close you off because, as I said, they might think you're a bot, depending on the language you use. But it's really fragile right now.
Exactly. And the one way is to post memes to develop your karma and so
Yeah.
on. Are there any other ways how to understand what is actual on Reddit? What should you ask within your account on Reddit? Maybe there is a tool or tools which you can use for such purposes
Well,
to
you need to
understand what is
understand
actual. Yeah.
that you actually need to create a good subreddit with rules, with moderators. Everything needs to be set up. If you don't have moderator, you're going to be closed off for being unmoderated. If you don't have if you have lots of affiliate links, it's going to be closed off for spamming because it's too commercial. As well, you can be closed off because it is too young. So you open it day 29, it gets closed off because you're breaking the rules of Reddit. So you just need to learn the rules and try to understand how to work with Reddit. And it still doesn't guarantee that you will be able to perform with it. However, if you get closed off and if your user gets suspended, you are staying in the system of Reddit of blacklisted people for 100 days, which means you cannot use your IP and your computer within that 100 days without being immediately closed off. So you need to be, again, clever here, and you need to use proxies to mask who you are. And not just VPNs. VPN or incognito mode are not a different computer in the eyes of Reddit. And you need to use anti-browser detection systems to create a whole new browser for you. Because what Reddit is keeping in mind is not just your IP, but as well sort of your fingerprint. So which operating system you're using, the resolution of your screen, and million other things. So you need to change this. And if you are running this as a strategy, and let's say you've got 5 different accounts, you want to have 5 different computers, essentially. So you need to have 5 different profiles on these anti-browser detection systems. And as well, you will need to use proxies, but go for quality proxies that are domicile proxies, not just cheap VPNs, because that will never work.
Exactly, I can confirm this strategy. And for more details about Reddit, go to SEO Club channel. We will have the link in the description. There, Ivana has a marvelous webinar about Reddit, and more
Thank you.
details will be provided there. So it's clear about Reddit. Before that, we discussed expertise and LinkedIn. So I would like to ask about other sources, for example, like Trustpilot or Facebook, if we talk about social networks. How is it now connected to SEO optimization of affiliate projects? Um, what idea you have about it? Should we, as affiliates, as webmasters, create more social networks for our websites? Are they useful? And what strategies should we use within social media marketing channels to have high ranking within Google search queries?
Mm-hmm. So even Reddit you can use for the parasitic SEO practices, because as I said, if you succeed to have a lasting comment, post, or subreddit, you will rank with it sooner or later. You can as well buy links to it and treat it as a normal website. You can build links to it. One of the tricks is that you create a comment and you upvote that comment very much by buying the upvotes, and then it appears higher on the Reddit search as well, because it's a search engine itself. So I would definitely still try to use this strategy. Just be prepared for it being very frustrating these days, okay? But I'm not saying don't use it. You should absolutely consider using it, especially because we know that Google's AI agents are being trained there, just like on Wikipedia, which again, impossible to get, and YouTube transcripts. So try to look into diversifying this, because if AI overviews will be coming to us, you want to still be visible. You want to be there as a source. You want to be cited, and you want to be in the top 10 results. And if this is the way to get there, then you want to be visible. But social media and other practices work as well. Social shares are very important for it, because it goes, the expertise doesn't mean to have a great article on your website, the trustworthiness, authoritativeness, it means that it becomes viral. We work on viral, right? These days, you find a post because it's good, because it's viral. So it works the same way. So you should be present everywhere you can legally be, because obviously we are very restricted. But Facebook allows us to a certain amount. And of course, you can use Facebook groups to promote. You should use a Telegram. Telegram is actually one of the sources that is not restricted. And that's why we see lots of abuse, not just from iGaming, not just from adult, but lots of abuse. And this is one platform that doesn't even moderate hate speech and all of this. So it's not my favorite platform, but it is a great source of traffic. You should use Discord. You should utilize all of them, because the different generations and different people are using different ways of traffic. And if you are not there, then you are missing out. But you need to learn it, because it is not just like, as you said, keyword, article, H1, link, I rank. No, that's never gonna work on Telegram. Telegram works differently as a community. Reddit works differently as a community, and you need to learn how to build that community and work with that community and get the engagement. But those are completely different ways of working, and the ones that in 2025 we need to master.
Interesting part. I cannot agree 100% with your last take about keywords and Telegram. What I see from my experience, that Telegram pages, Telegram posts in the channels, they can be indexed in the same way like web pages are indexed within Google, the same about Facebook and so on.
Yes.
So what I see from my experience that if I put some keywords in this post, if I if I have a good H1, let's say, but there is only one H, and if I put some links to those posts on Telegram, on Facebook, I can get higher
Yes.
in the search results. So somehow it still works, I would
Yes,
say.
I just meant like building a website, because we just doing Google, like we just do this and it works, and there is no other channel to consider. Like we need to learn right now Reddit. We need to learn how to work with Telegram. We need to understand YouTube. And that's something you didn't have to know 10 years ago. Didn't even exist. But you know what I mean? Like it became much more difficult. Before we did this, put it out there, competed against each other, bought more links, did a little bit more tricks, and we were ranking. And nowadays, every channel behaves differently, ranks differently, and you need to learn that. That's what I meant by it.
Yes, exactly. Here I totally agree. Nowadays, it's an ecosystem of all those companies, social networks, websites, podcasts, all together, and algorithms started analyzing it all together. So I guess it's gonna be the future, not only for this year, but for maybe several upcoming years, at least.
But how we search and how we engage with the search is different. Like when you think what you were doing 10 years ago, you would just write online casino. Then you started to write questions. So we need to optimize for questions. And now millennials, okay, I'm very old millennial, but those are the people who start to have money. Gen Zs are coming to it. They love diversified results. They like the shorts because their attention is to be grabbed in a few seconds. They like pictures. They like funny things. Before we just used to get a result and read 3,000 words or scan through it. Now it's different. Nobody wants to read that. So it's changing very much. When you look at SERPs, it's not just 10 results. You have got people also ask, you have got carousels, you have got knowledge graphs, pictures, you have got videos, you have got the GIFs, million other things. And it's just very, very, very different. And it's going to be different as we're going forward. And you need to know how to use all of these, and it's becoming frustrating and difficult. And I'm starting to rethink my career choices here sometimes, but it is what it is. Like 2025 is definitely going to be more difficult than it was before. We know that Google is first time since 2015 down in their market share under 90%, which is huge, because last year when I was presenting in April, I believe I was reporting, Google dropped to 96%, and that's more than 6% down since not even a year. So it's changing, and this traffic is going somewhere. And you need to know where is it going and how you're going to capture it. And even if it's just 1%, you want it, not just because it's a traffic, but as well, if Google goes crazy with updates again and you just suddenly disappear, It might not be that you did anything. Sometimes just Google tested and dials down too much and then dials back and you are back in SERPs. But for a few weeks, you might not be, even though you didn't break any rules. You want to make sure that the traffic is still coming to your website from Bing, from Yahoo, from Reddit, from YouTube, from wherever. But you still want to make sure that you don't lose everything. So I think not relying only on Google and diversifying is a brilliant thing. Okay, it's a wonderful thing. But it is a headache for SEOs, of course, or any other marketers.
Totally agree. It's a headache, but it's a future, so we need to adapt for that. And new ecosystems usually goes with new technologies. Let's talk a little bit about AI nowadays. I know all of you, dear viewers, kind of fed up as I with AI topics, so we will try to pick the most interesting things here, the most interesting advices, and maybe some tools to discuss. If we're talking about content, about search results, you already mentioned about it that it's important not to put a lot of water in your articles by using AI. But what is your advice here? How we can use it?
I love AI, don't get me wrong. I mean, lots of tools that we're using for years are tools and they've got certain AI behind it. There is certain intelligence that just gives you results, okay? There are APIs that we're using for many years and we are not thinking they're gonna take our place and we're just learning how to utilize them. And AI is here to help if you know how to use it. ChatGPT is not your enemy. None of these tools are your enemy. They are there to help you do better. I use it a lot when I do keyword research, market research. For example, I'm researching a new market. I want to see what is in tools, what is actually in Google, right? What is on my mobile on Google, but as well, what is on ChatGPT. I go and see how they're getting the sources, who are they citing, what are the sources? Is there a little bit different to Google? How they are presenting the information. As well, if I need to do something technical, for example, I work with client, they block all my technical tools to actually extract data from their website. I would go to sitemap, try to extract all the URLs from sitemap. I would be ChatGPT, please extract those URLs from sitemap. And what would take me 10 hours, I have in 10 minutes. So it's a tool, and if you know how to use it and where to use it, then it's a brilliant tool. Absolutely. And I really don't like the, oh, it's going to replace us. Well, maybe one day. I don't know. I don't predict future. I mean, I'm very passionate about tarot cards, but still, I don't predict future anyhow. I don't have a crystal ball. So maybe one day. But for now, it's here to help. And it is up to you how much you want to use it and how you want to use it. Even for AI written content, as I said previously, Google doesn't necessarily punish it, but it needs to have a value. So if the content is very, very poor written by AI or very, very poor and thin written by human, it's still going to be punished and is not going to be indexed regardless. I personally don't love the tools that tell you how much AI there is in a content, because every tool gives you a different percentage. And every time I write an email, I would put it through the scan and would say 95% AI, so that one loves me as a bot. So I don't really like those, because then a lot of people are like, oh, look, it's AI, even though it's not. Even though somebody made a test of Bible and they put verse of Bible into AI and said 100% AI. So
We should think about religion, yeah.
yeah. So those things are not 100%. They are not going to replace us. Just learn to work with them. And as well, if you are using a tools to write your AI content, if you are using tools doing good AI content, first of all, you need to give it data. You need to prepare your prompts, right? And then you get something out of it. And it's usually not 100%. So you want to rethink and do it again. And every time you do it, you pay for it, because it's a quality tool, it's not cheap one. So is the content going to be cheaper written by AI or by human? Because in the end, you're still going to have a human checking it. So AI content plus human editor might be actually more expensive than human written content. So there is a lot to think about. And it's not true that AI content is worse than human written, and it's not true that it's cheaper. It depends how you approach it. But I think you should embrace AI. You should learn how to work with AI. And you should see how it can help you and make your life easier, rather than fear that you're going to be made redundant because AI. Yes, a lot of companies made this mistake. And where are they now?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I can confirm almost every word you just told us.
Thank you.
One more thing for our dear viewers. Check the video on our YouTube channel with Sergey Ponomarovs about custom GPTs. There, we discussed one more point about AI. It's not ideal still. For sure, you should use good prompts, but even though you use them, sometimes if there is lack of information in the internet, what I figured out, it start creating new things. It provided me with links which are not existed. It provided me with the same answers for different prompts. So it's not ideal. It's tricky. And even I typed a prompt, why are you lying to me? Tell me the truth. And it's told, yeah, I'm lying to you, and provided the same answer. So it's
Yes.
not ideal. You should understand
It still
whether.
hallucinates a lot, but it's a new tool and it's getting only information from certain sources, not even all internet. So it is a limited pool of data and it being just reused. And if they are hitting data that might not be right, because we know Wikipedia isn't 100% amazing, there are mistakes on it, then you might be provided bad information and you can simply spread bad information once again. So again, keep humans to check the facts, keep humans to work with the AI, and just make the human's life easier, because it is, sometimes painstakingly difficult to do some repetitive SEO task. And now there is AI that can help. I rely a lot on it, but I still check it and I still do it myself, but I just get the base from AI and think like, oh, is this good or is this not? But I think lots of people just think that AI is here to replace us, yet like create a picture and there is a 17 fingers on one hand. It's not there yet. I don't know, maybe in 50 years. I don't think I'll care. I think I'll be dead by then, but maybe then we're gonna be replaced, maybe. And I don't know.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So it's clear with AI, and we are running into another big thing, which appeared. YouTube. YouTube appeared not like several years ago. It's here for a long time. But what I see from the industry for last 2 or 3 years, especially with iGaming, I see a big growth in part of influence marketing. There are a lot of channels. There are a lot of reels, videos. Some of them are brand videos. Some of them are streamers. Some of them are reels. So it's growing hard. There is a big competition already, and kinda I would say the same algorithms works on YouTube as works on Google. So Ivana, what is your expertise about it? What you can share?
Absolutely. But YouTube by now, it's a Google product. So when you think of it, it is going to appear high up on search because they want their products. They always prioritize their products. That's why they have one of the many legal suits on their hands, because they prioritize their who wouldn't? Like, I'm sorry, I would prioritize my own products. I'm here for business. I'm not just doing things because I'm kind. So that's what Google is thinking. We need to make money. We push our product higher. And YouTube is brilliant when you think how much learning there is. Of course, there's lots of things that are not right, but lots of learning from amazing people. And learning, for example, for SEO became so accessible. It's great. I am following lots of good SEOs. I learn from them. I test their theories. It's inspirational. It's great it exists. And yes, you should be there. As you said, brand is appearing quite a lot. It's great because it helps with the brand awareness, with brand campaigns, and as well as we discussed, the Google AI agents are being trained on YouTube. So if you are keeping repeating your brand, chances of being seen in AI overviews of your brand just doubled, because you don't have just your own brand, you have got YouTube. And if you keep repeating that, it gets in a system, Google understands it's a brand, it will show it. And we don't know how the AI overview is going to 100% work on gambling. Right now, they are not. However, we know that some retention keywords are in America are being shown from AI overviews. So you want to be there. If you're searching for a brand, you want to be there. You want to spread your brand. If someone would be looking for SEO expert for iGaming to hire, I want to be recommended by ChatGPT. I want to be recommended by AI overviews. And if that being visible on YouTube helps me, then be it. I will have my channel. I will visit lots of podcasts and I will talk about SEO. One thing is that is my passion, but another thing, it helps. You are a marketeer. You need to be there. So YouTube is your friend. You learn it, play around with it. it's great, and it's actually very forgiving. People are not that bitchy on YouTube. Like, you have got worse places where people criticize you. In YouTube, it's more support. There are some nasty people gonna get you downvotes. So what? Moving on. But it's usually very supportive. You usually find your audience and you can talk to them. You get feedback. It's beautiful. I think it's and it works similar. You need to have the description. You need to have the title. I don't like the clickbait. There is a lot of clickbait, and I know YouTube is looking into stopping it, because, oh my goodness, the massive SEO secret revealed, and then they talk about like how to do a keyword research, like, so I don't like this. I don't do them. I try to really be descriptive about what my podcast would be about in a title and in a description, so there are no bad surprises, because if you do all those clickbaity things, people are going there in 5 seconds, they leave you. And just like Google on normal results, just like on YouTube, they are checking how long people are engaging with you. Are they coming back? If you have a YouTube channel, you see all of this data, right? So you want to engage them, make them come back. And I think clickbaity thing is not a thing right now.
Yeah, I think so. It was. It used to be several years ago. Like when I started with YouTube, almost 12 years ago. Clickbait was number one. I would say you were able to get 1 million, 2 million views in 1 week or 2 weeks just with a clickbait title. Nowadays, it doesn't work like that. In every case. So we discussed titles. We discussed descriptions. The time. Of watching, yeah. What else? Are there any other secrets of strategies which we should implement as YouTube managers, for example? Do you have any
Well,
other ideas?
obviously, having views is very important, and having people that follow you, so subscribers. But as well, you can buy links to your YouTube channel or to your videos to start to appear higher on Google, and you can share it on your social media, which gets you engagement. I always, like, my YouTube isn't huge, and it was never meant to be huge. I just wanted to have my place when I talk about things, and if there are people, nerdy iGaming SEOs, that want to talk to me as well, I invite a lot of people, or listen to me, then great, but it's growing nicely, naturally. But it's never was a huge project like that. So I share it on my LinkedIn. Like, if I have a new thing and I have followers that want to listen to that video, it goes there. I don't promote it hugely, but I think if you are doing YouTube correctly, then you can do it well. I went for niche within a niche within a niche. So I don't expect to have a huge channel. But if you go for something that is loved on YouTube, which is, again, the popular things, cat videos, or if you are doing SEO, then very broad SEO for all the niches and having all the hot topics. I don't do that because I really want to stay with my iGaming niche. Or what is very popular, tarot cards. Like, I even watch it. I want to see my week is going to be great. So those things work. If you want to have a huge channel, go to the things that are going to give you a huge channel. But everybody has a different goal from YouTube, just like you have when you're optimizing something. My goal was to have my own space. And if it grows, amazing. If it doesn't grow, still great. I'm still going to be talking. Nobody's going to stop me. But if I want to have 500,000 subscribers in 2 years, then I'll start a tarot channel and I'll publish every day, all signs. Because you're not talking just to the few interested SEOs in iGaming. You are talking to all planet and all the superstitious people that love to watch this. And if you make it like, oh, watch this video because your week is going to be great, people going to watch. Works on me. And I'm not even that superstitious, but I just want to know. It's like, oh, it's going to be great things.
I'm sure it's gonna be great things with your channel, even with your strategy in long term, because you have such a good expert content. And what we see from Google, the main attention is on expert content. So believe me, you're gonna get it soon, sooner or later.
Thank you. But in the end, my audience isn't that broad. Like, I'm really going after the iGaming SEO owners that wants to go to the nitty gritty. So I don't expect to have the biggest channel out there. I really don't. But you never know.
Maybe, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you provide not useful content. You provide perfect content, but the audience is not the whole world.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. That's okay. From my point of view, what I can to add here, as you mentioned, link building, it's totally connected, and that's what I tested when I publish interviews with industry influencers, like offline interviews. I buy ads for it in magazines. I buy articles, reviews. So I have links from the biggest industry free websites to this channel. I also go into YouTube ads, so running ads for the audience with similar interests, and all of that work. And after publication in 2 or 3 weeks, you can appear for the main keyword. For example, as it was with Stefan Möbauer, FPAL. I have an interview on my channel. Take a time to check it, guys. So yeah, it works like that. So you're able to implement website SEO strategies into your YouTube, and that works for real. And one more thing behind it, what I know for sure from YouTube managers, YouTube really appreciate traffic outside of YouTube. What means from our LinkedIn accounts, from our Facebook pages, Instagram, from websites. Every time when you attract traffic not from YouTube but from other parts of the internet, it will be higher ranked. So keep it in mind, and don't concentrate only on YouTube, but in the same time make collaborations with YouTubers, buy ads, buy videos, whatever, comments. 10 or 12 years ago, it was even putting a like from a big channel. It also attracts audience to your channel. So there are a lot of strategies.
Yeah.
How
I didn't
to
know that. I didn't know that about the traffic, but it's logical because that's Google algorithm. And as well, links, of course, they would work because links are very easy to measure as a sort of quality assurance to show you in results. Because when you think of running Google, is actually very expensive because you pay $0.0003 per each search, which sounds like nothing, but you have 8.5 billion searches a day. So that comes to $25,500,000 a day only on search for Google. So they need to be very fast and very efficient of checking, like, is this result to be shown? So they go for things that are very easy, keyword links, traffic, so that way they are able to. So that's why links always work, even though you keep saying like, oh, don't do it, links are dying. I don't think they're dying. They are always important. You just need to be
links
clever
work.
about them. Of course, certain links are dying. Of course, certain redirections, PBNs, they maybe have less of influence by now, but the links will always be here. So yeah, I'm not surprised that works. The traffic, I didn't think of it, but of course it's logical because it is very easy to check and you're bringing visits to YouTube. So good tip. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So the next point, I think that's enough about social networks. If you still questions, and I'm sure you are, write them in the comments below. We will answer all of them. Me personally, we will invite Ivana to tell you something extra. And if you have big questions, also don't hesitate to ask it. Maybe it's gonna be the next topic for one of our podcasts. So the next topic here within this podcast is gamification on affiliate websites. What I see from last year trends that there are many speeches, panels, whatever, on conferences about gamification on affiliate websites. And what I know personally that one of the biggest SEO companies already started implementing some of those features. So, what is your expertise about it? What is gamification with affiliate websites is about? Because basically speaking, it's about operators to have Wheel of Fortune, loot boxes, loyalty programs, whatever. Why affiliates are starting implementing those tools on their affiliate websites? What for?
First of all, to build retention, right? So they are building their own sort of VIP program by promoting new bonuses, new signed ups, anything that can keep you entertained. And when you think of our attention, we just talked about it, how we interact with the SERPs, is the same when you go to a website. If the website is boring, just text. If there is nothing, you get bored, especially the newer generation, the younger people, they want fun. And iGaming, casinos, betting, they are not competing only with each other. They are competing with everything else that is fun, that is entertainment, because we are under entertainment. We are competing with Netflix. We are competing with lots of normal games. There are not casino games on your apps. You are competing with YouTube channels, so you're competing with anything that is entertaining, that is fun, and to keep you coming back, to keep you on the site and completing certain soft signals for Google as well. You need to be fun. So I think it's a correct way, trying to bring something new, build up your own VIP program, or even we tried when I was in Katana, we wanted to have our own app, just a game for free, just to bring people to that site, and then continuing that sort of game vibe throughout the website. It never happened, but we were thinking of it because thinking like, okay, but people want fun, and we are not providing that. We're losing them. And of course, I think operators have an easier time because they can create so much gamification on their sites and within their exclusive games. Affiliates have to think outside of a box, and they have much more difficult time. But you will see the big affiliates really going for it and succeeding first. Like,
did you have a chance to implement any gamification within websites you work on right now? Maybe some of your clients or people who you consult?
no, I did not. But you can see it's not gamification, but it's a way of engaging people on a huge site like Us Gamblers. You have got user-generated content by actual comments and allowing them to have a discussion on your site, or opening a like discussing or didn't pay me. That is sort of not gamification, but keeping them entertained and keeping come back, because the content will be growing on its own naturally. It will be a conversation like we see on Reddit that we sort of love. Watch it's like on people just love watching something happening. So it's like you stop and watch the car crash, so this casino didn't pay me, and it's going to be a huge discussion. And that is not exact gamification, but it's an engagement form, right? And it sticks the user generated content for Google, which is important. Of course, right now this is difficult to do for all your websites because it can be abused, and it can turn against you. It can be abused for sending traffic to your competitor, or it can be used for negative SEO attacks. So you need to have a moderator. So running this, it's expensive and time consuming for sure.
And if we talk about all those strategies like loyalty programs, loot boxes, whatever, everything I mentioned in the beginning of this part, doesn't it look for you like a motivated or instant traffic when you give bonuses for a comments? Not bonuses, but points which you can exchange for bonuses, whatever, any other prizes. Is it okay for Google that you are motivating, generally speaking, by money, the audience to interact with your website? Is it okay? What do you think about it?
I don't personally like it, but when you think of it, it's same on Reddit. You ask people to upvote you. It's the same principle of giving them some feeling back. Like, you're not gonna publish on Reddit without having upvotes or creating a conversation or being loved or hated. You want to create something by some motion, some emotion, something. So giving them points for interacting with the website, it is exactly what we're doing on Facebook. It is exactly what we're doing on LinkedIn, just in a different form. Do I love it? No. Does my ego love it when people like my posts on LinkedIn? Yes. So,
Okay.
it is what it is. It's biting into our psychology, and we all have egos, and we also have like, oh, I posted and got 5 likes. Wow, So I think it's the same. And when you give them some motivation why to do something, we are naturally lazy. Unless you're gonna get something out of it, why would you do it? So you just need to motivate them. People like to be motivated.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's not gonna be risky in the nearest time, and you should try
No.
it. So, for those who implement gamification on their affiliate websites, good luck. If you have a success story, let us know in the comments or me in person. We'll make a podcast about it. Till now, I haven't heard about good gamification strategies on affiliate websites. To be honest, everybody talks, everybody started implementation, but not
But you
for now.
see some of them, like you get the advent calendar with bonuses, like stay with us all 24 days and you'll get something. And every day you get free spins or free bet or something. So they're trying and they are looking into it. Or you see Wheel of Fortunes, you said that many times, like spin the wheel and you will get this bonus or this much discount. And it's not just us, you have it on all the other websites like Temu. They want you to get a discount to join them. It's actually one website I'm not a member of, but it is the same thinking. So we are looking somewhere else and bringing that psychology back. Like, if this is working for people buying clothes, why wouldn't it work for them to engage better with our offer in casino, esports, or sports?
Yeah, maybe it's the next big thing, gamification within affiliate websites. So, to summarize our podcast, what are your main takeaways? What's going to be here? Journalistic approach, gamification, YouTube. Uh, Out of them, what is the biggest thing and where is the biggest potential, up to your opinion?
I think I would put it all together as diversification. We all talk about all these podcasts about diversification, making sure your traffic source is not just Google. You are learning and working with all the other sources that are out there that are available to you for you to do, and they are becoming an expert, and you are able to grow in upcoming years, because we know Google is dropping, and we know that new places are coming. Right now it is Reddit, it is Quora, it is YouTube. It's not going to stop there. We're going to see something else coming. So be tuned, stay on top of everything. And it's difficult. I know you need to have love for all of these changes. I don't let them go crazy, but stay ready with the changes, keep an eye on changes, and diversify your strategy, because it is not okay to be just on Google.
Exactly, I can totally agree with it. And the biggest trend to combine all of what we discussed together today, I think the biggest trend is switching from classic pure SEO products, websites to products which has EAT, journalistic approach, maybe gamification. We are testing it, but why not? So looks like we covered everything from Google's emphasis on EAT and the journalistic shift from in content marketing and to the power of Reddit and social signals in SEO. We explored also AI-driven traffic and search trends, YouTube's growing impact on visibility, gamification strategies on affiliate websites, and how industry is moving from classic SEO to a more product focused approach. Ivana, thank you so much for sharing such valuable insights. And before we wrap up, any final words or advice for those looking to optimize their SEO strategies for 2025?
I just want to say, we're talking for an hour. We barely scratched the surface of all of these changes that are happening. So, advice: be original. I think what Google wants from us, it's unique, original approach. Don't be crazy about it, but do something original, because the gamification is original new approach. Going toward product, it's what it always should have been, but we sort of forgotten about it, and now being very much product driven, it's great, you know. So just be original, try something new, don't just copy something that exists, because as we said, no matter if it's a human or AI product or written content, if it doesn't have a value, if it's not original, if it doesn't bring something new, it's just not good. So be new, be original, try to be creative as much as you can, and bring value to your customers, and then you will be valuable to Google, because then you just going to be saying, oh, I got hit by penalty. You got hit by penalty because you didn't do your work, because Google is telling you what they want, and if you are ignoring it or going against it long term, then you're probably going to be hit by some penalty. But it's not just Google's fault, it's as well you're not doing your work. And right now it's telling you, create a good products, create good content, respect the it, be original, be unique. So I don't think they are really being very mysterious about it. They don't always follow what they say, but long term they do. So I would say, do your best.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. To our listeners, make sure to follow Ivana Flynn on LinkedIn. We will share a link in the description. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Peaky Ads YouTube channel, leave us a review, and share it with your network. Stay ahead, keep innovating, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until next time, happy optimizing.
Thank you very much for having me.